What's going on there, YouTube land and also social media lands? Welcome to an all-new video. In this video, we're going to be doing a movie review of a new film that just came out last weekend and is a first of this character getting his own solo film in the DC universe. So we're going to get right into it. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video and the other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my Captain here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even my Patreon page where you can get all kinds of cool accoutrement you don't get here on my YouTube channel. So definitely check that out. As always, people, let's get right into this. So welcome one and all to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're doing a movie review of a new film that just came out last week. It is a all-new DCU film, and also the first outing in live-action form for this character. And that, of course, is the film known as Blue Beetle. Yeah! Blue Beetle, yeah! So Blue Beetle is the newest DCU film, also the first live-action outing of this DC character. Of course, this is the character of Jamie Reyes, and is the first really kind of Hispanic superhero, that has had a lead role, I should say, because I have seen other previous Hispanic characters and other DC comic adaptations and stuff like that, and movies and so forth, but this is really the first time we've seen one really in the lead role, and I think that's really cool. I mean, it's not a big selling point for me, but at the same time, this is just a really cool character I was really looking forward to seeing, because this character actually has been reiterated several different times. Jamie Reyes is not the first Blue Beetle, and is definitely, a really great storyline, though, that I'm glad they decided to adapt into a movie. So this movie happens to be directed none other by a gentleman that goes by the name of Angel Manuel Soto. Yeah, Angel Manuel Soto. Yeah. So this is a decent director. I thought he did a really good job of this. I was actually surprised at how good the film was. And I was surprised at what he did with the film and gave us a really solid, action-packed film. And I think that he did a good job with what they wrote, the writing of the film, and I think he really expressed it really well. He gave us a really solid, all-around film that had a great beginning, a great middle, and a great ending. And I was really impressed with what Angel did with this film. Gave us a really solid, action-packed film. He gave us, a lot of great humor. And overall, I think he just did a decent job. Now, I haven't seen anything that Angel Manuel Soto has directed, none of his shorts or any of his other films. But one that I have heard a lot of good things about that is considered a really successful film is a film that came out in 2020 that went exclusively to HBO Max called Harm City Kings. Yeah, Harm City Kings. Yeah. So Harm City Kings is basically like a kind of based off of a book biography that's turned into a film version of the book. And I've heard a lot of good things about it. A lot of people enjoy it. They thought that it was, very much a award-winning film. They enjoyed it. People said that they thought that it had a great message and all this kind of different things. And after watching the trailer myself, it looks like an okay film. Nothing really up my alley. It definitely doesn't look like something that would really entertain me. Because I feel, as I've always said in past reviews, documentaries should be done as documentaries. Anything that is, biography should be done in documented style. Besides the really good films that are based on a real event that are really well executed into live-action film form, definitely things that are about stating facts, about stating things that happen, kind of like a true crime story or something like that. They're better in documentary style. And from my understanding, a lot of people agree that this film would have been great as a documentary type of film. But what I saw from the trailer, it looked like it was definitely something that was interesting. Definitely something that, it was too bad it happened. And at the same time, it just looks like it was definitely a very sad type of film. So it's nothing that I would recommend to watch or anything I would probably watch. But definitely, if you haven't seen anything else Angel Manuel Soto has directed, definitely check it out because it's got a lot of good reviews. It's got a lot of great people saying things about it, and that it's just a really fun film. And overall, it's just my opinion, but definitely give it a whirl. See what you think of what else Angel Manuel Soto has done. So this movie has a very great cast. Few people that are pretty big stars that we've seen in other things. Some that we haven't seen in years. Some that are kind of new to the scene. But overall, a really decent cast. Now, to start us off is Blue Beetle himself, Mr. Xolo Maradano. Oh yeah! Xolo! Woo! Xolo! Yeah! Xolo! Yeah! So Xolo Marinedo, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that last name, is an awesome actor. I love this kid. I think he's great. I enjoy pretty much anything he's ever been in. I really loved him in Cobra Kai. He is fantastic in that role. He just does a great job. And, he is just a really fantastic up-and-coming talent that I'm looking forward to seeing some more stuff from him. But I really enjoyed him as Jamie. I think he did a great job. I liked the approach he took to the character. I liked that they kept pretty close to the comic books. I liked that they had him where he was, we don't kill people. And I thought that, Xolo did a great job of bringing that to life and giving us a really great live-action rendition of the Blue Beetle. But also, I really enjoyed all the awesome, acrobatics and fight choreography he did for the film. I really enjoyed his interactions with all the different actors and actresses throughout the film. And I just really felt I felt his love. I felt his, passion and so forth, and his, becoming more in tune with this, alien creature that has bonded itself with him. And I just really enjoyed everything that Xolo brought to the character, and I thought it was a really great first impression and great first outing for this, comic book character. Now, as I said before, absolutely love Xolo and everything I've seen him in. And of course, if you haven't seen Xolo in anything else, definitely check him out in a great Netflix TV series brought to us by Sony, based in a continuation of a great movie series that started back in '84 with Ralph Macchio called Cobra Kai. Yeah! Cobra Kai. Yeah! Oh my god, such a great TV series. One of the best TV series out there. I'm so psyched for the final 6th season. The first 5 seasons were fantastic. And absolutely, Xolo kicked butt as his character in these films. I love his evolution throughout the series. I love his evolution with the other characters throughout the film. And I love how he started here and it has become here throughout this whole entire series. And you kind of come to, hate and love him throughout the series too as well, and that just shows how great of an actor Xolo is, and as his talent grows, he's going to be even a better actor. I mean, this kid has a lot of potential, and I absolutely love him as his character in Cobra Kai. If you haven't seen Xolo in anything, definitely check him out on Cobra Kai. He was superb in it. And overall, like I said, I absolutely love him as Jamie Reyes in Blue Beetle. I really enjoyed his whole performance, and I just think overall it was a really fun and productive and awesome performance and a great first outing for Blue Beetle himself. If you haven't seen Xolo in anything yet, definitely go check him out in Blue Beetle at the theaters. He was really fantastic. So that brings me to the next actor I'd like to talk about this film, and that is none other than the great comedian himself, who is absolutely freaking hilarious. Love him pretty much in anything I've ever seen him in, and I always think he brings a great comedic flavor to anything he plays. And that, of course, is Mr. George Lopez! Oh yeah, George Lopez! Woo, George Lopez! Oh my god, George Lopez is so awesome. His stand-up to pretty much any of his comedic roles, pretty much any of his roles are always super on point and so fun. And I absolutely love what he brings to the uncle character in this film. I absolutely love the look, too. He looks so hilarious with, the mohawk, kind of, mullet going on with the long beard, the painted nails. That was just freaking hilarious, seeing George Lopez like that. And he just looks so super cool in the film, but I love what he brought to the character. I love that he was super crazy, but at the same time he had a super love for his family, and he would do anything for his family. And I just love everything that George did with the film. And he had some of the greatest comedic one-liners throughout the whole entire film that were just so fun. And even some of his performances were like so over the top, but just so stinking funny. Especially when he starts screaming at something. Oh my god, it was so freaking funny. And he was just so great. Fantastically done by George Lopez in this film. He was a great addition, a great choice selection for playing that character. Now, if you haven't seen George in anything recently, or haven't seen him in anything, definitely check him out in such a great film that came out a couple years ago, back in like 2005, 2006, and is a kid film, but has a lot of great adult humor in it, and just George was awesome in this film. And then, of course, the film called Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Yeah, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Oh my god, this movie is so freaking fantastic. If you love the Spy Kids films, you'll love Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It's around that same thing. Robert Rodriguez directed it. But George Lopez as the teacher, and then Mr. Electric in the film, was on point, super freaking awesome. He was so funny, so perfect for the role, and just did a great job of portraying this type of character. And I absolutely love a lot of the lines he comes up with in the film, and just how he delivers them were so crucial and great for the process of this film, and being this great kind of villain character that is kind of like a second bad guy to the actual bad guy himself. But at the same time, it's like he ends up kind of being the main bad guy after all, but he is so good at playing the character that you don't care that he's the bad guy. You just love George in this film, and he just did such a fantastic job. If you have not seen George Lopez in anything recently, definitely check him out. And Shark Boy and Lava Girl, he was superb in the film. But now that he was in Blue Beetle, I have to say that it's now tied with Shark Boy and Lava Girl for me. He was so freaking awesome in this film. And he had some of the greatest, like I said, one-liners throughout the whole entire film. With him and his truck, absolutely freaking hilarious too. You cannot not die laughing at his responses to his truck, to anything that's actually his. It's absolutely on point, funny, and just George was so good in this film. He was so enjoyable. If you haven't seen George in anything recently, definitely go check out him in Blue Beetle, in theaters now. He was so rocking in it. So that brings me to the final performer I like to talk about that was in this film. And that is none other than the amazing actress, Miss Susan Sarandon. Oh yeah, Susan Sarandon, woo, Susan Sarandon, yeah! Susan Sarandon is so awesome. Absolutely love her. I think she's absolutely freaking hilarious. She's great at drama. She's great at comedy. She's great at rom-com. She's great at kids films, musicals. I mean, she's just a really well-rounded actress. And pretty much anything she's been in, I absolutely love her in. I think she does a great job. She definitely has, over the years, done a lot of great comedy films. And, you know, playing different characters, playing good guys, playing bad guys, and so forth and stuff like that. She's kind of played a mixture of each of them. And her being kind of the main bad guy in this film was a really fun. I really enjoyed her becoming the bad guy, being the bad guy, and just how she, you know, rounded it out and made it like seem like she was just kind of like this evil stepmom type of character that was like, I'm doing what's good for the good of the family, but really she's actually trying to kind of take over the world almost. And I love that aspect. I just love how nonchalant Susan was as this character, and she did such a fantastic job and just was so enjoyable. Really, really great performance by her. Now, if you're not familiar with anything else Susan Sarandon has done, you know, from films like The Banger Sisters to Thelma and Louise to Bolderon to, all kinds of films, whether it's Rocky Horror Picture Show, so forth. There's one film you should definitely check out where she plays a really great villain again. And it's just an all-around great Disney film that had a great cast, and she just was so awesome as the wicked stepmother, wicked evil sorceress. And then, of course, the film called Enchanted. Yeah, Enchanted. Absolutely loved her in this film. She was so freaking fantastic, so gorgeous in it, and she just was so awesome in the film, and I loved her as the evil sorceress stepmother. And I thought that she brought a real great class to it, and I liked that she brought like kind of a little bit of her motherage to the character, but at the same time keeping it very evil. And I just enjoyed how she brought, just a really great performance to this character. And I enjoyed how she interacted with all the different actors and actresses throughout the film. And she kept it very realistic and kept it very fun and kept it very campy. And I just thought she did a really great job with that. If you haven't seen anything Susan Sarandon's in, definitely check her out. Enchanted, if you haven't seen her, she was so superb in that film. But overall, I really enjoyed her in Blue Beetle. I thought she was a great villain. I thought she did a great job. And overall, I just think she was a great addition to that cast. Really solid performance by her, and just overall a great actress to have in this film. Like I said, if you haven't seen her or anything recently, definitely go check out Blue Beetle in theaters now. She was awesome. So what is Blue Beetle about? Basically, the premise of the film is it's the origin story of Jamie Reyes getting the Blue Beetle abilities. And basically him and this alien technology basically combining, and him having to deal with learning how to use the suit, but at the same time saving the world from an evil woman trying to basically create super soldiers to take over the world. And it's up to him to save the day and to learn how to work symbiotically with his new alien technology. It's a really fantastic film. Like I said, I was blown away with how good it was. The soundtrack on this film is absolutely freaking amazing. So fantastically done. One of the best soundtracks I've heard in a long time. I gotta buy that soundtrack. It was so good. It worked so well for the film. I love the whole color scheme of the film, and everything about Blue Beetle was just so amazing and really enjoyable. Giant 10 golden movie boxes up on this bad boy. It was just so good. I was really shocked at how fun it was. And it was a really good addition to the DCU. But there are so many great scenes in this film. I absolutely love the scene where he first gets the suit and it's basically combining with him. Absolutely freaking hilarious, showing his relatives dealing with him dealing with it. It was absolutely hilarious. George Lopez being crazy. I love when it shows him doing a fight sequence in the film where he swings the sword and stuff, which was really cool. There's so many great scenes throughout this film. Between the Echo suits that they designed for this film, showing the main soldier guy for Susan Sarandon's character, seeing him in the Echo suit, seeing Blue Beetle just in action, seeing the family doing funny things, and just overall, it was just a really fantastic film. Really fun. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go check it out in theaters now. Worth a watch. Really fun. Can't wait to add it to the collection. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Also, thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any older new videos you might not see mine yet. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here, definitely don't forget to check out my Patreon page, where you get all kinds of awesome extras you don't get here on my YouTube channel. So definitely go check that out. As always, people, catch you next one.